Today's video is brought to you by Oxedo LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxedo LED lighting, and here is some after Oxedo LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxedo LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. In today's episode, well, we've got a little bit of stuff going on. A little hot rod work as always. You know how we love our hot rods around here on the 612. So, before we get too far into today's video, I was in the shower this morning and my dad had already left for the day, do his errands and running, and well, I heard a rumble outside. And I thought, oh, maybe it's the neighbor in his little Dodge, new Challenger or whatever, thinks he's all tough with that thing. But anyways, it wasn't. And I take my shower, I come outside, my dad's sitting there, and we got this back. So last you saw it, it was at the shop, and basically the underneath was in pieces, but it now has a new oil pan gaskets, valve cover gaskets, a whole slew of things tidied up to button up a bunch of leaks. Now the rack and pinion system is, well, it's on its last leg, and they actually had to remove that to get the oil pan out and fix those leaks, and that's when we discovered that the rack needs to be rebuilt or replaced. So that's next on our list, along with that wiring mess. But it's back here at home for a few days. We've got the 32 behind door number 1, and we're going to be working on that here shortly. We're just waiting for a gentleman to show up, and we'll get right into that. Today's video is brought to you by Oxedo LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxedo LED lighting, and here is some after Oxedo LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxedo LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. God, that color in the sun is second to none. Holy cow. Look at that glisten. Jeez, that's pretty badass. All those fins and louvers now looking sharp after we detailed. God, just look at that color. Probably doesn't do it justice on film, but holy cow. House of Color. Killing it. Gosh. That flake is just beautiful.
We've already adjusted it back, but then again, there might be some adjustment here in the cable.
Mm-hmm.
See there?
Yeah, on that bolt.
Yeah, these here are known to do that, and then this is the stop, which you know, that puts it pretty close.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if there's any adjustment
Okay,
here.
I'll let you do your thing. Whatever you need, you let my son know.
But we can start it up now and see if it's idled down.
Do we need gas or no?
You can open it up if you like. The heat don't bother me.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to.
See if this will adjust on back. See what happens here.
I'll leave the door open for you.
A lot of times what people do is they don't leave enough adjustment here, and you can't get this all the way out to it. So, you know, this only goes back so far.
Right.
Here. You can see the adjustment nut. It might have a little bit in it. But that carburetor will be fine.
Just change that cap.
Yeah, I wouldn't even worry with it. I mean, if it, I mean, that spring's still going to work, but you can get this end piece for it.
I did.
Yeah, we have
All right,
them,
we'll
yeah.
do that then. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, without a choke, it started up and was idling pretty good.
Yeah.
That's because it's warmer out, and then that carburetor, it'll get enough signal through it. Even for a big motor, you wouldn't notice any different in that other carburetor unless you were racing this thing wide open at the track. See, that one there is already kind of bottomed out.
Yep.
It won't let it pull any farther here unless the cable, there might be some adjustment in here. Maybe there might be a little there. This is the downshift cable here. That thing really ain't adjusted right either. This thing here, wide open, it's just barely pulling it. It should be here wide open.
Maxed out.
Yeah, that thing should go on back on the downshift cable. So this thing here, what we could do, put this here on. Now,
Take the ends off and
this might have a little bit of adjustment here. I'm not sure how much it would have, but we can try. Yeah, when you said it had a fast idle, I'm thinking it's just something in the adjustment, or let's see, we can lengthen this. Oh, there's enough there, maybe. Oh yeah.
You're a good man, Kevin.
That's what they tell me. I just do what's right, I guess.
well, you know, it was funny because it ran fine,
Yeah,
and then
that's weird.
we had it in here. I started detailing, and then we noticed the cap had a couple cracks in it, so we had a vacuum leak.
Right.
And we ended up changing the coil bracket, and then I redid the connections on the coil wires.
Right.
And we were just kind of playing around with a few little things I detailed inside. So I did had, you know, around the gas pedal and everything, all that billet. And then once you said maybe the pedal, and I'm like, oh no, I was back there, but there's nothing, there's no real linkage to get hung up or something. And then the next time we started it up after doing the vacuum and stuff, then high idle, and we thought, oh, now it just needs to be adjusted, you know, dialed in for that. They had compensated for the vacuum leak or something, you know, and
That's what they might have done, yeah. Yeah, because as long as the cable is in the right slot correct in there, it shouldn't have really changed here, you know.
okay.
This here is adjustable too, but it's smaller than that.
Of course.
That will help him with his downshift cable, downshift on the transmission.
Okay.
Go past somebody.
Kick in a little quicker.
Yeah, I mean, when it's all the way down at the full throttle, that might not even been getting it in because it was right at the very end.
Yeah, it didn't really seem to stretch it out much at all.
Right. Should be clean.
That looks a lot better.
Then we'll hook up the fuel, and then we'll adjust it, and I'll put that choke on it, and we'll try to get the start.
No, I'm glad you got a hold of me.
Use the cover on that. I think I can get it off without the, without that bottom one. Yeah, these things here are pretty durable.
Well, I screwed up. I must confess. I was telling my son. I said, I thought maybe a float stuck, and I had a screwdriver with a wood handle, and I'm tapping.
Oh, right.
And I hit the dang thing.
Oh, yeah.
So,
We didn't like it. Yeah, you can see this thing here, when it warms up, it pushes it around. When it pushes it around, it pulls it forward. This thing, as long as it sits anywhere, it's not in there yet. You got it right there?
Yep.
That should be. That's better, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think my friend said that's more better.
it's more better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend at work, his wife's a school teacher. She don't like that word.
Oh, I bet not.
More better.
Yeah. Yeah, the teacher says, Jerry, your grammar is terrible. I says, no, I just saw her over the weekend. So then I had the rest of the day off.
Now she's doing just fine.
Yeah, I just
Thanks
saw
for
her
asking.
over the weekend.
That thing. Yeah, them old chokes used to work off of heat, from the intake.
Yeah, the little rod going down to the manifold.
Yeah, rod. Well, that spring loaded or tube, you know.
Yes. Yep.
And
You're right.
when you kick this thing in the morning, it should tighten up somewhat, depending on how cold or hot it is. And then when it does that, it should come up on this cam
Okay.
right here, which will give it some fast idle. We should be able to tell when we start it, even though it's not real cold.
Yeah.
That's a lot better.
That's on the fast idle.
Close the door.
Should be a little higher than that on the fast idle. The fast idle should be a little higher, but I'm sure it'll let me. Shut it off a second. Okay, start it up again. It should start up like that. And then when it warms up, kick it down a little and see, watch it. Yeah. We'll let it warm up and then I'll adjust the air screw. About 900. That motor's pretty mild. Yeah. It's got a 700 R4 with a 90. But I'm not a racing. If I went down on, I'd have a full screen. Yeah. I should run fast enough to get you a ticket. think it'll be good there.
Yeah.
Carburetors change with temperature quite a bit. You know, they run rich naturally when they start up.
Yeah.
But when these carburetors sit, they lose the fuel.
Yeah.
And then if you got electric pump, it'll pump up fast. If it's mechanical, sometimes you have to pump it for a while.
Well, that's going to wrap things up for us here today. As you saw, we had a guy come over, Kevin, super nice guy, did a little carb adjustment on that thing for us. We had a bit of a fast idle and a few things were kind of out of whack after we took care of a vacuum leak and some other things, and it just needed to be dialed in. That's going to wrap it up for us today. Hope you did enjoy. As always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.